princess.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Hi. How are you?
I'm great.
It's early for us.
I know. I feel rejuvenated. I feel
like, oh my God, are we actually like alive? Are we awake?
it's amazing how much like an hour difference makes.
It does. It does. Yeah. Yeah. We're recording at 8:22 instead of 10:22, which is our normal because our shows like to run 2 hours. But we're recording tonight. We're recording Sister Wives, not on the day it aired. So, but we want to get it out as soon as possible. So we're recording Sister Wives. We're going to talk about Sister Wives episode, whatever, 3.
Yep. Episode 3, set season 18.
But I want to hear if there's an update on the bully situation at Kaya's school.
Oh, the update. Yeah. So I went in, I talked to the director, not the owner, and I voiced my concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And she assured me that they were handling it and that this won't happen again. Which I don't know how she can promise that.
Well, if it will, I mean, did she tell you what they're doing?
She said that they're going to have somebody shadow the child and have them separate and all this other stuff. Yeah, right. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll talk more, you know.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because
yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So hi, I get to see you in a couple days for acupuncture, and I'm very excited because we missed a week with all the other stuff. And I really need it. And you guys, if you're anywhere near Annapolis, I'm telling you, you really should go see her. It's amazing. Like, really, I've been getting acupuncture for a long time, and you're really, really good.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
You're so attuned into me and my emotions and all that you take on from me. But
anyway. No. I love you.
I know, but that's probably why you take on so much more of my emotional crap than anyway.
Oh, my job.
Yes, yeah, it kind of is, I guess. Anyway, so I rewatched Sister Wives right before this so that I could try to like catch up with it, because like there was 2 main components, right? There was Cody and the Angries, his band of merry men.
We need to make memes of those guys.
Cody and the Angries, his band, right? And then we had the fight with Janelle. And there was so much happening in each one of those that I was missing a lot of it the first time. And I was talking with Natasha and Melissa as well. And so like, there's so much that was happening. We're like, wait, what, trying to like follow what was happening and process it. And so there was just sort of stuff that I missed. So I went back and rewatched it. I don't know that I picked up a ton more the second time around, but it was a good refresher on both big things, because just reminded me how much of a douchebag Cody really is and how much he was restraining himself. So
yeah,
just clearly he wanted to hit something. That's why he left. I'm 100% sure that's why he walked out. It was because he couldn't hold back resisting. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually, I mean, I'm okay. I'm like it's 100 degrees here today, as you know.
It's so hot today.
So hot. I am not going anywhere. So like, and I'll tell, and this you'll know more when I see you and stuff, but like physically, like my body is having the after effects of all the emotional crap that I was dealing with for I had that emotional upheaval for 2 weeks. I fully expected the physical reactions afterwards. I expected my body to react physically, because it always does. Thanks, MS, whatever. It just is. But then it's also summer and it's hot, and now it's 100 degrees. So I was feeling all these after effects from that. And then it's also 100 degrees. And now I'm like, I can't sleep. My body's hurting. It's like the triplets, as I call them, itchy, twitchy, and crampy.
Oh,
it's like my body's, it's not debilitating, and I'd classify it more as annoying than anything else, but it is just like everything is just you know.
Yeah.
So it's just been gross, and yeah, it's just gross.
It's been awful here in general, the weather. It's affecting a lot of people, even
Yeah,
people that don't have MS. So I can't imagine,
yeah.
having an autoimmune disorder and
Mhm.
having to deal with that
Right.
temperature regulation, things like that. It's miserable. My friend just got back from Hungary and she said she stepped off the plane. She was in Europe for like 20 days or something. And she's like, oh my God, the humidity. I forgot how bad it is here.
It's so funny
Terrible.
too, because my bestie is in she's in the UAE right now, and she loves being there. She lived there for a million years and stuff, and it's like 120 degrees. It's a desert, and she
Yeah.
fucking loves it. She's just like, no, it's fine. I love it. It's
I'll
I'm
take
like,
the desert over the humidity. When I stopped
yeah,
in Phoenix,
yeah.
it was 112. They're in the middle of a heat wave and it felt like an oven, but it still did not feel as hot as it does here with the humidity. So
Yeah, I've really limited my outside time. It's been just like taking the dogs outside, like I've really limited. I didn't go to the office today. Like I have the air conditioning going, plus I have an actual like fan that sits at the like right by me. So I'll have it on me. I was working on my couch today, so a lot.
I
So I
don't
had
blame you.
so I was laying on the couch, I had my laptop, and then I had the air conditioning. Well, like, central air, but then I had the fan also blowing on me too as well.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, um, um,
Charlie's chewing Kaya's toys or her artwork from daycare.
uh-oh.
Oh my God, Charlie. I can't. I have two children, the
Yeah,
dog and the baby.
you basically do, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My favorite is when Kaya's trying to get Charlie's food.
She stopped eating his food finally, thank God. That
Okay.
was a weird
Is she
phase.
still trying to get into it to feed him though?
Yes, she does do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
But she
Do
doesn't
you,
eat it herself anymore.
no, no,
Okay.
no. Do you know who hates dogs? Cody. Cody hates dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anybody that doesn't like dogs. I'm sorry.
Right.
If you're
Right.
listening and you don't like dogs, I hate to say it. I may not trust you.
If my dog doesn't like you, there's a reason, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, because Cody wouldn't, Janelle was always talking about how, the dogs don't sleep in the bed when Cody's there, and they can't even be in the room.
Well, you know what? I have a theory about that. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, didn't you tell me last season? I forget.
I don't know, maybe. My theory is that he doesn't like the fact that the dogs take away attention from him. That's my theory.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So he doesn't want them
Oh,
around
yeah.
because he wants to be King Cody and have
Yeah.
everybody and have Janelle and whatever give him all the attention. And dogs
When
are
the dog is
so
around, a dog gets attention, and he'll be
Mhm.
competing with Cody for attention.
Yep. That's my
He
theory.
is just that level of petty. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
that's my
absolutely 100% right that he would be jealous of a dog. 100%.
yeah.
100%. Oh, that's awful. Awful.
That's my opinion. I don't know.
Makes me more convinced that video last year of that surfaced of Robin from early on was actually her kicking a dog. But that I don't think will ever be proven unless we can get better video of it. But
No, you and I, it's funny. That's like you and I disagree on
I
that.
know,
And
I know.
the internet was so torn too. Like
I know.
everyone was half and half. I feel like
I don't think it's a mystery that's going to be solved with just based on the
yeah,
evidence we have. There's just not enough
yeah.
one way or the other.
I agree.
Cut a bold
I feel
mind.
like this episode. Oh, I think you're frozen. Maybe I'm frozen. There you go. Sorry, one of us was frozen. You're back. Or are you frozen again? Should you just give me a high five, a virtual high five on Zoom?
Pretending I was frozen, and then Zoom recognized that hand gesture as raising my hand. So it raised my hand.
I want to try that. How did it know to do that? Technology
you
is
have to have it. It's a setting.
Weird. That's scary.
I don't know. Anyway,
I feel like
meetings. You would think I'd know. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I feel like this episode was just like a lot of the same, but also at least we got more drama.
Yeah. When it came down to like the actual substance of what was discussed in any of this, nothing was new material in any way. There was a lot of rehashing, but yeah, it was dramatic. So we had that first scene, which was Cody and his band of merry men, angry men, Cody and his angries, and his band, which is his monthly therapy session or whatever the fuck he called it, which is like the producers are like, hey Cody, get your friends here so we can film something, you talking about your feelings.
Get your band of misfits together.
Yeah, all the Misfit Island or whatever, Island of Misfit Toys. No, that does an injustice to the island on that. Anyway, so yeah, so he has his friends, one of whom is very unfortunately cross-eyed. I'm sorry, clearly it's like not his fault. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna laugh, and I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm just terrible. I'm a horrible person. If that makes me a horrible person, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
And then his friend that just got married, remember he went to the wedding with? Or two, he officiated the wedding.
Is that the one he, as you say, is that the one he officiated the wedding?
Yeah,
so
during COVID.
Yeah, right. When he couldn't go to anything else, but he could go dance and officiate the wedding.
Right. When his wives have to stand outside with their winter jackets on and can't enter the house, but he can go to a wedding.
Right. Well,
and dance with random people.
Wife? Does Mary even count as a wife?
No.
Why
no,
she?
no, no.
I mean,
she finally in this episode. Did you catch it? She finally said, "I'm just here." I was like, "Oh my god!" She said it.
She did. Just here.
And I'm just like, she's like, Janelle's fine and Christine left, and I'm just here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ready to spend all your eternities just like this.
God, just when you think you're living hell on earth, you got to live it multiple times.
Yeah, no.
Like, my God.
God, no.
Can you imagine living eternities with Cody? Can we talk about that?
I don't know. Have we talked about this?
No, but I mean, I couldn't imagine. I literally can't imagine living multiple
eternities with him.
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, could you imagine? Nope. Okay, first you have to get past like could you imagine living more, eternal lifetimes or eternities with anybody? Like, would you do it at all? You have to be qualified, qualifiers.
Right.
If you were going to do it with anybody, it's like, I could see myself doing it with the right person, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But Cody, no.
No. I don't care how good the sex is with that monster.
It's not good.
Which is probably not good at all. But
no, it's not good. Christine's current fiance gave her first male given orgasm.
You think so? Yeah, I agree.
100%. Like, and I say male given because I'm sure she learned how to figure all that out on her own.
Do you think she had time? Do you think she had time to figure it out with the 1,000 kids? And
well, no, I think at least older when they're older, at least before COVID, right? But like shortly before COVID, she was figuring that shit out then because we all were. I mean,
yeah,
come on, we all discussed the toys and the things that were happening. You know how many people like had babies 9 months later?
Hello, you're talking to one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Lockdown 2020, April 2020 lockdown.
But yeah, so anyway, what was I saying? Fuck.
I don't do it a recap.
The wedding. So his band of merry angry men. So yeah, one of them is the guy who just got married. One of them has been married and divorced in plural marriage. That's the cross-eyed guy. And then I don't remember what the other guys.
It was his brother.
Oh, his credentials were right. Okay. So these are his I'm going to get advice, but all he say is, I'm so angry, I'm so angry, I'm so angry. And I fully expect any friends of an aggrieved party to be taking the aggrieved party's side, because it's not like they're gonna tell Cody how it is, because Cody's not reflecting the accuracy of the situation too.
Of course not.
And these are his friends, so of course they're going to support him. Although, I don't
know if they've watched the show.
He said he doesn't watch. Oh no, he doesn't. He say he doesn't watch it.
Cody doesn't watch it.
Was it Cody that said he didn't watch it? No, it was Gary. See, I'm confusing him and Gary. Jesus.
Oh Lord.
Because Gary said he doesn't watch it because he doesn't want to see him himself being an asshole.
I don't believe that.
But I 100%. But I attributed that same thought to Cody because that seems like a Cody thing, but also ego. So he probably, would watch it.
Oh, 100% he watches it. He probably watches it and is like taking notes. Janelle said this at 12:53 p.m. on March 1st.
You would think if he would watch it, he would realize how incorrect about everything he always is. He's always these arguments, particularly now, this argument with Janelle, and you did this, and you did this, and you did this, and it's like, no, and it's like if you went back and watched the tape, you would see that Cody was wrong. So.
But that's the thing with these, like, these men or people, not men, that are narcissists. It's like they can't see that, though. They're not looking at that. They're looking at everything else that's going on and making the narrative their way, so
right.
They're not seeing it like any other normal person is seeing it.
Right. I don't know, like the term, the actual clinical term narcissist gets thrown out there so much that I hate using that.
Yeah, but he is one.
he has narcissistic tendencies 100%. Absolutely. Do we think he's an actual narcissist? Like,
I mean, I guess we can't tell because it's TV, but
right. And we are, as we're learning, we know that reality, what you see on TV and what happens in reality are two different things too. Yeah. So
but I definitely think he is.
But he's for sure egotistical and
about him
narcissistic, and he's for sure all of those qualities.
Yeah.
Delusions.
He literally is like, bow down to me and worship me.
Yeah.
I am a god.
They're loyal. They
be loyal to your god.
They've earned my love. And Robin. Oh, okay. Let's go through this in order.
Right,
otherwise,
so we see, you said the guys are sitting down talking. What Cody's going through his stages of grief.
Oh yeah. I'm still in anger. Right.
And then we see Robin being interviewed, and she's talking about Cody's up and down emotions and being on the Cody coaster. Cody coaster. I was like, there's a meme I'm gonna make.
Yeah, there we go. With the hair.
And I think the worst part, besides the a few words that he said to Janelle that really irked me, I think this was probably the worst thing he's ever said. And he said, it would be nice to have another wife so I could get away from her or get a break from her. And then I can dilute like more and more out, basically. Mm-hmm. So the more wives I have, the more I can leave whoever's angry, upset, in trouble to then go to somebody else. And that just sums up who he is. He runs away. He does not support his wives.
Mary and Janelle's vastly different reactions to that. Because Mary
said she wanted to vomit.
Blah, 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 blah. And then Janelle was like, yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yep.
I
mean, Mary did say she wants to vomit, and I don't know.
Yeah, because she doesn't think that's real. She doesn't think that's really how he acts.
Open your eyes, Mary. I think the best word of advice that anybody gave me about relationships is believe it when they say, like, believe they are who they say they are when they tell you who they are.
Yeah, when they tell you who they are, believe
like them. They're literally telling you who they are.
Don't try to make excuses for it. Don't rationalize it. It's just, that's it.
Yeah, believe them when they tell you. And he pretty much summed himself up there.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, he's laughing about it, but that's exactly it. Right. And he doesn't have anybody to dilute Robin. Robin's the only one, which she's apparently not too thrilled with. Does he really want to dilute Robin? Probably.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay. So what else? So Cody.
Okay. So then. Well, then a producer asked Cody, what would he have done differently? What would you have done differently to save the marriage, Cody? And he said he would have been more sympathetic to Christine when she said she hated polygamy. So Christine then says that she did anything and everything he wanted. But when she asked for help, he always told her no.
Yeah.
However,
More than just about hating polygamy.
right.
Right.
And she noticed that he immediately helped Robin with anything she asked for.
Mm-hmm.
So Cody's sitting there, basically, Christine's jealous of Robin, and Christine's like, I fucking hate you, Cody. Like, you treat me differently. At that point, it's not even about Robin. It's just about the fact that Cody acts a certain way around her compared to Robin.
Right. Right.
So when Cody said he would have done something differently, I was hoping that he would have explained why he really felt sorry about, his past actions. And he really didn't own it too much. He just said he would have listened to her more. So I was like giving him a little bit of the benefit. I was like, okay, well, he's going to say more. He's going to say more. And then he kind of didn't really go.
It's just, you think
go into it.
A little bit of self-awareness, and then no, which is a ton of times, and then they show, her response was like, no, it wasn't just that I hated polygamy. It was, he was treating me differently, and he was not helping me with anything, and he was helping her, and that's the problem. It was my problem with polygamy. I don't, you know what I mean?
Well, then after he says all those things, he said, I would want to say sorry to Christine, acknowledge it, and set her free. Motherfucker, she's been set free. What are you talking about?
Free a year and a half ago.
Maybe 8 years ago. I mean, at this point, like, what are you talking about?
Right? Oh my God. We could set her free.
He's living in his own little dream world. Christine's going to watch this episode. She's probably loud like this guy.
Right. Was this when I was texting you that, like, he really does think he's right?
I don't know, the whole episode.
No, I think that was the Janelle fight, because he's arguing so much in the Janelle fight about she didn't follow his rules, and she didn't do this, and she didn't do that, and she did this, and he was so wrong, but he was so convinced that he was right. And I was like, yeah, that's not bullshit. Like, I think he really does think that he's right in that. He's not.
No, he does. He's delusional.
Yeah, like, it's really bad.
You can't fight with a narcissist. They will always be right. You could say the sky is blue, and they're gonna argue to their death that it's green. That's it.
Right.
And they will prove every point they can to try to make it that they're the right party. So
right. And everything Janelle was saying about, like she would counter everything, but at some point she stopped countering it, because it's not about tit for tat and countering this and that. It's more of a general. It's like, no, like, it's more than just they didn't apologize. Well, those weren't the exact words I used. Like, no, like, dickhead, like, you said there's conditions on seeing your children for Christmas, which is the whole, which, he puts conditions on them, but then expects there not to be conditions the other way around.
Right. So yeah, like you said, they're fighting about the boys, and Janelle says Cody flips everything on her, to which Cody responds with that she doesn't support him and what he was doing with the COVID regulations, and is blaming her for the kids not speaking to him, saying that she manipulated them. Basically, she talked bad about him to the kids, and she's just like, what? And if anything, she looked sad. She looked so sad. Hurt.
Yeah. And I totally know what she feels like, though, because as she was saying later, that, like, this, like, she was genuinely, like, confused, like, he's, the things he's saying and doing. She was like, what?
Yeah. She's like, you didn't give me the list till November of,
like, I've been in
COVID rules
like that.
How am I supposed to follow rules that you didn't even give us?
Right. And he again sees it as a purely COVID thing, and everybody respecting him. And if you don't do those things, then that's, then that's, you don't deserve his love and attention, which, again, as a parent to a child, like, that, I cannot stand that in, like, so much, because you're putting this adult relationship onto a child. Even though they are an adult, they're still your child.
Right.
you're no, like you don't, like, I don't know. And so
Yeah.
I have a real issue, with that, of course. But then, this whole thing was just them. Was
You're
Janelle
gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me. You're
Oh, you're
gaslighting me.
gaslighting me. Like
Then he
Cody's
started
moment
gaslighting
of
her
the
while
day.
gaslighting her.
Gaslighting. You gaslighting me. Like
No, there was one part when he was like, he was
Cody.
saying, "I'm not gaslighting you," but then he followed that up with some statement where I'm like, you literally are
Literally
gaslighting.
just followed it up with a
As,
gaslighting
as you're saying, you're not gaslighting her. That's exactly what you're
Yeah,
doing.
you're telling her it's her fault that the kids moved out when you kicked them out.
Yeah.
Like, and it's her fault that the kids don't have a relationship with you when you've told her, don't facilitate my relationship with my kids, and also facilitate my relationship with my kids. That's your job as the mother, as
Yeah.
my loyal
Yep.
subject. So, so
Well,
yeah,
then
this is like completely batshit crazy.
yeah, and Janelle was like, Cody, you were gone for 4 or 5 months during COVID. And of course the kids are gonna blame Robin for that. And Cody calls her a liar. I was not gone for that long. Okay. You're delusional, Cody, because I think every single person in that family can verify and validate
Yeah,
that you were gone for that long. Why would you shut up? She's probably alone, sad, lonely, wanting her
Look at the
husband and her
filming.
husband.
Look at the filming. I'm sure it's all evidenced. Yeah.
Yeah, remember
Just
he stood
like
outside of the house and raked leaves with the boys, and that was the closest it seemed like he got to her.
oh, was that in the snow or whatever it was?
Right, or whatever. He maybe was chopping wood with them, remember? I don't fucking know.
Shoveling snow on the log or some nonsense.
Yeah, standing on a pile of dirt. I don't remember. I just remember he thought he was big old mountain man.
Thought he was having quality time with his kids.
No, he was using them for labor.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He's like, let me have a conversation while they're doing physical work so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, talk to my kid and get some lawn work done.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Hetero Life Mate here. Tonight seems like as great a night as any to wind down with some wine after a long day. But what if you're already in your comfy clothes, deep in the couch with your hand glued to the remote? Nobody in that position wants to get up and leave the house for a drink run. And with Drizzly, the go-to app for drinks delivery, you don't have to. You can choose from a huge selection of wines, be it a bottle or two of your go-tos or a little something new. You can even place your order with a phone in one hand and your remote still solidly in place in the other. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com and have an epic at-home wine night because all those shows aren't going to watch themselves. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
Hey, Fraudcasters. You guys already know that I love my SKIMS. It all started with their Fits Everybody collection, which is the softest underwear ever, and my favorite, the Fits Everybody t-shirt bra, which I now have in multiple colors. I was seeing their cotton loungewear all over my feed, so I had to see for myself what the hype was about. I am an absolute sucker for a good cotton, soft loungewear set. And let me tell you, these did not disappoint. They are the cutest, most flattering sets you will find ever. SKIMS is creating the next generation of loungewear for every body. I am currently wearing my most favorite from this collection, which is the boxers and the tank top in this beautiful kyanite color. This is so soft, and especially in the summer and with me and my MS and always being hot, this cotton is so nice and cool against my skin. I just love it. It's this great fabric, and I'm absolutely just in love with this new cotton collection. This is SKIMS' most tagged collection. It is made with a classic cotton fabric for the most comfortable everyday wear. It's made from ultra soft and natural fibers. The cotton collection features elevated lounge pieces designed for comfort indoors or outside. Whoever said loungewear was only for inside the house hasn't tried SKIMS. Available in sizes double extra small up to size 4X. So believe the hype. SKIMS has over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason. The cotton collection and more are available now at skims.com. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and select our show, The Fraudcast, in the drop-down menu that follows. Hey, Fraudcasters. Now that we're in the thick of summer, you, like me, might be looking for some wholesome, convenient meals to support your sunny, active days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You're going to save time, eat well, and stay on track of reaching your goals. Are you too busy with your summer plans to cook, or it's too hot, or you're running around and you want to make sure you're eating well but don't just want to eat your kids like leftover chicken nuggets? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store, the chopping, the prepping, the cleaning up too, all of that. Skip all of that while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat them up and enjoy, and then get back outside and soak up that warm weather. Are you looking for delicious, calorie conscious options this summer? Try delicious dietitian approved calorie smart meals with around 550 calories or less per serving. This personally is the plan that I'm currently using, and I love it. They're extra flavorful, they're really good, and I know I'm getting good, healthy, quality food, and then I can get back to work. I work from home and it's just me right now. So these are the perfect meal for me for lunch or for dinner. If it's just me for dinner and I don't have the kids and I don't have the husband and all of that, these are so perfect. I don't have to cook. I don't have to worry about cleaning. I don't have to shop. I have my healthy, calorie conscious meals ready to go right in front of me. So this July, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/fraudcast50 and use code fraudcast50 to get 50% off. That's code fraudcast50 at factormeals.com/fraudcast50 to get 50% off. Hey, Fraudcasters. I'm here again talking about my Nutrafol. I use it, I love it, and you should use it too. Did you know that hair thinning will happen to approximately 1 in 2 women? If you're among them, know that you're not alone. Thinning is completely normal, and Nutrafol helps women address it from within with science-backed supplements. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve visible thickness and strength. From postpartum to menopause to plant-based lifestyles, and no matter your life stage, Nutrafol has 4 unique formulas to support women. Each is physician formulated using drug-free, science-backed ingredients, so you will get the most reliable results. Go to Nutrafol.com to take their hair health wellness quiz. Identify causes of your thinning hair, and Nutrafol will give you a personalized plan for better hair growth through their whole body health approach. Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, lifestyle, metabolism, through whole body health. Nutrafol is now available in a vegan formula. Their newest supplement is formulated for women ages 18 plus with plant-based lifestyles who are experiencing signs of hair thinning. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol Women's Hair Growth Supplement for 6 months. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code FRAUD. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code FRAUD. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code FRAUD. And now back to the show.
Can you imagine your significant other, your hetero life mate, just, I don't know, going away for 4 or 5 months and then blaming you?
Yeah, no. It's
Well, you
like,
wouldn't.
it'd be like when I was married to my ex, he was in the military. I mean, he'd get deployed for, go on training for 4 months and come back and be like, well, it's your fault I was gone for so long. I wouldn't have had to be in the army and get sent to training if it wasn't for you and your pesky needs. Like, what?
Make it make sense.
I know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
So then Cody starts getting really crazy when him and Janelle are fighting in her living room. and he starts screaming, telling her, tell the world how you've lied to me, or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then you talk to Christine about it, and he's like screaming at her and pointing to the
Oh,
camera.
but you
and
go
I'm
talk
like,
to your bestie Christine about it.
right. I was reading comments online too, like on TLC, whatever, Instagram comments.
Mhm.
And people were like, Cody, we don't need her to tell the world. Like, you told the world. And
Oh,
all of
yeah.
it. And every single episode you opened,
Tell me where I lied.
told everyone.
Tell the world where I lied. I don't need to tell them because they watched it happen.
Yeah. And then I've always noticed like a few comments that come from like fake accounts supporting
yeah.
Cody. I'm like, how many accounts does Cody and Robin have? Do they have?
And all their minions, yeah.
Right. Like, there's got to be like at least 20 of them floating around. I'm like,
Robin's angels.
if you're gonna support Cody, at least make it from a legit Instagram account.
I
or
know,
Twitter, you know what I
right?
mean? Make it look
your
like it's
Finstas
from
are not
somebody
cutting it,
real.
guys. You got to work on your Finstas, up your Finsta game. Come on.
Yeah. Well, Cody's like, I made all the effort to love them, talking about the boys and kids and blah, blah, blah. I made all the effort. What effort? What effort? You didn't even remember your one son's birthday.
You probably don't remember all their names, to be honest.
That's true.
Like,
That's
he never
true.
remembers how old any of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And they have said this. The kids have said this repeatedly. It's like, you can't, like, there aren't versions of the truth. Like, there just isn't,
Yeah. And Janelle made a good point. She said, and a woman's intuition is always on point. She said that she felt like Robin was the favorite, and she said, you're pushing me out the door. So in his religion, it's not okay for a man versus a wife. So he just became distant, like kind of like when you're in a normal relationship and a guy just starts going cold, know he wants to end it, but he doesn't have the balls.
He's doing the stupid thing of, I don't want to be the one to be at fault for this, of course, because he can't be at fault for anything, right?
Right.
So he has to make it so she's the one saying that she's leaving, and then he can be the victim.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And Janelle is just so spot on. She and Christine both are so spot on with their analysis of him and what he's saying and doing and what he really means. And it's like, oh, it's so beautiful, because we've been saying this for years watching the show. It's so nice to see them acknowledging it on camera.
Oh, definitely. Janelle's like, you don't want a plural marriage anymore. And it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Like, you stopped being involved in any of the rest of us, and you tried to kick my boys out, and you can't, you created this whole narrative about what the boys did to wrong you or whatever, but like, no, like, they're your kids, like, figure it the fuck out. Like,
right.
So they're talking about Christmas. Okay. I guess maybe this is later. Okay. We'll get to that.
Yeah. So once they continue talking about the kids, and Cody says, you undermine the basic rules that I have and make fun of me to the boys. And your co-parent is Christine. And Janelle was like, yeah, you weren't home. What am I supposed to do?
That's not a secret. They're sister wives. That's what they do. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. Right.
Right. So on one hand, he's like, be best friends with your sister wives. But on the other hand, don't talk about me to your sister wife. Like, there has to be, stipulations on everything. Well, then Cody started getting really angry after this. And so now he's yelling at her, saying she's jealous of Robin and blah, blah, blah. And then that's when Janelle, he's like, you have cheated me out of contact with my family. So once he said so that, cheating me out of my contact with my family, which was not Janelle's fault, that's when she said, shut your fucking mouth and let me talk to you for a minute. And I was like, yes, girl.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl.
She, the non-confrontational wife, opened up her mouth and dropped an F-bomb.
Wow. That's right. You go, girl. You go, girl. Yeah.
Right. And Cody was like, no, cowering.
And that's when he starts like getting up and pacing, right? And like putting his jacket on. This is when he wanted to start hitting things or her. And, the kids have said he's been abusive. So I fully believe he physically has hurt people, like whether he's like beaten them or maybe.
I don't know. I've
don't.
slammed doors and stuff, but I haven't beaten anyone.
Well, yeah, and so I don't know. I don't know if he's been physically abusive to the wives or if it's just like he's fully one of those like punch walls, slam doors type of, like he looked like he wanted to do all of those things right then, and instead of doing any of those, he put his jacket on. And
well, Janelle tried to grab him and he walks out and I wrote like a little punk ass. And that's when she says, "Fuck you." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Punk ass.
Yeah, I don't know. That just came out. That was what I was writing.
Yeah.
But then she says, "Fuck you." And I was like, oh my God. I am just so happy for Janelle. I think the world was cheering on Janelle, just like they did last season.
100%. You know, they were having a watch party watching it. and at Christine and Janelle's, like, you know, Christine got like that duplex place next to Christine's, and so now they share,
right?
Now they share a house that they didn't want to share before. No,
hey, you know, times are tough. They should have just moved in together. You know who would have never said "fuck you" to Cody, and that's Robin.
Okay.
Right. Well, anyways, Janelle's really upset now.
So, oh yeah, okay. We have to talk about Robin, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, Janelle tells the camera, she's like, "Shut him off. Shut him off."
Yeah.
So she has to cool off for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And at this point, this was like this was the moment in time when I realized, okay, this is the moment she's leaving Cody, because she said she finally feels like there's a finality to it all, and that they're done. Yes. She said she called him and told him to come get his stuff after that whole fight.
Yep. So that was it. That was the moment it happened.
I mean, I feel like it was a really low blow of him bringing up the boys and basically blaming her for the fallout of the family. Yeah. On their side. I think that he did it on purpose. Oh, he knew it would get a rise out of her. And it's truly, he does not want to take any, blame, and it works.
Absolutely weaponize that against her. Yeah. Yeah. He's the one that wanted to kick them out because of the fucked up Mormon tradition or whatever. He wanted to kick them out. She's like, "I'm not kicking them out." And then there's the, whatever, the argument about the COVID rules, kicking them out. And, it's always something with him, right?
Right.
Because he never was going to get to the real truth of the problem, which is that Cody's the problem. And it's his behavior towards his family that is causing the problems. And he will never see that. So it's just this fucking round and round. And I think Janelle's like, "Fuck this. I'm tired of this." No, like he hasn't contacted me. He didn't call Savannah. He hasn't called nope. Okay, bye.
Yep. That says a lot about him.
Peace out, motherfucker. I know. Mr. Oh, I called them. Oh, and this is the next conversation, which is like, well, I basically called them all. Basically.
Basically all of
my ass. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And, Janelle is going through what a lot of women, probably most women, do when they go through a divorce or a separation, is she's thinking of, how am I going to support myself? I feel like I'm stuck because her money is tied up into the property. And
all of that goes through your head and you're like,
right. How can I do this on my own? Like, even though she's been a breadwinner and she's been one of the women to work the whole time, she's still put in all of her money into the family. So
she didn't withhold her own and then have her own separate stuff because she, as she said, trusted in the family structure. And so even though she was the smart one managing all the money and the taxes and all the things, she didn't have any of her own.
Right. So and she says she's 50 and feels like she has nothing. And I didn't realize she was 12 years older than me. Because I
think she was a lot older or the same age.
She doesn't look like she's a lot older, but I guess because I've been watching the show for so long and her kids are older. I mean, she has a lot of kids.
Yeah, so in my mind, the kids grow and
in my mind, I'm like, she's got to be 60 something, even though she doesn't look 60. I'm not.
She doesn't at all.
No, not at all. But I'm saying I've just been watching it for so long, and I don't know. There's so many kids, but she started having kids young,
So, because they got married when they were 12, not quite, but I'm not saying there was illegal age things happening there, but they're but yes, they're young. Just traditionally, they're young.
Right.
So after this fight, Cody goes over to Mary and Robin. I guess it's Mary's house or something. I don't know. They're having this conversation. And so like he's trying to relay it to them. And I don't know, like obviously he's an unreliable narrator of what truly happened.
Which goes back to the title of the episode. Throwing rocks at glass houses.
Yeah, at least
like, no, motherfucker, you're throwing rocks at glass houses. Janelle is not.
Janelle's not.
No.
Janelle's house is not glass. She's just fine. Yeah. What was it about this? There was something specific about this scene that really bothered me, but I can't remember what it was now. So maybe.
Well, Cody's like, he doesn't even know why. He said he doesn't know why he's yelling. The boys aren't talking to him, and he tried to reach out. So again,
so
he's changing the narrative, right?
Basically, I basically reached out to them all. No, you did not.
Nope. And then Mary says that Christmas used to be a happy time, and now it's sad and not magical. Like, what? It hasn't been magical for a long time.
Like, I don't know where you've been, Mary, but
oh, here we go. This is the Mary quote. So she said, when she's talking about Christmas, she's like, yeah, Janelle's doing her own thing and Christine's doing her own thing. And I'm like the third wheel because I'm just here. Oh my God.
And then she's talking about like her Christmas Eve tradition and the pajamas, and she wants to still do that and everything. And it was like, well, who you're going to invite? And they're having, the three of them are having that conversation. And she's like talking about how if she goes over there, she's going over to Cody and Robin's, but if they come over to her house, they're coming over to Mary's, not Mary and Cody's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I was like, yeah. So they make this, so they're making this big deal about the fact that the kids are getting an Airbnb, which I think is hilarious that they can't say Airbnb this episode. Yeah. So they're just calling
renting
a short-term rental. It's a B&B. It's a short-term rental, whatever they're calling it, the Airbnb that the kids are getting. And they just couldn't believe that the kids would be here in town and not staying at their house, right? And not come see them and stuff. And so part of the fight with Janelle was about, well, are the kids going to come see me? I think it was the beginning of the fight. It was like, are you going to come see the kids? Or are you going to come see the boys? And that's what, led into the, they have to apologize argument or whatever. And he's like, why would I go to that house when I have a perfectly good house with perfectly good Christmas? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like if you're going to not see your kids, like, make a better reason than I have a perfectly good house. It's like we have food at home. Like, Mom, can we go to McDonald's? No, we have food at home. He's like, I have food at home. I don't need to go to Christmas there. Okay, well then you're not making an effort to see your kids. Your kids are coming into town, and and then Christine's coming, and we're having a big old fucking family Christmas, and you're not going to come by because you have this twisted idea about a mea culpa that you're never going to get.
Yeah. He is something else.
I just love that Janelle and Christine and all their kids, and Christine's so excited to be there. I'm so excited to be in Flagstaff to be with Janelle and her kids and see all of them and have this big family Christmas that fucking the others aren't going to get. The ones who are so steadfast on their family and we don't want to destroy the family. Okay.
Right.
Who's having a family Christmas, motherfuckers? I don't know. I'm looking at the happy family versus the unhappy family.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really wish I was a fly on the wall in Cody's house and Robin's house to see really what goes on, because I feel like there's a lot more. I mean,
for sure.
Well,
she alluded to it when she was saying, or in the earlier part of the episode, that she didn't. They were talking about childcare. Right. And Janelle was saying, like, you never helped. And Christine was like, you never helped with childcare. He was never like, I asked him to help and he wouldn't help. Right. And that's when Robin was like, that's why I have childcare, because I can never ask Cody to do that. Bitch, you don't even work. So
That's what I
and
don't
Cody doesn't
understand.
have other wives. So it's you, Cody, and the nanny and all the kids in that house.
Does she work though? She doesn't work?
No, Robin doesn't work.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I know they're financially kind of in trouble, so I hear.
She doesn't work. She runs my sister wife's closet trying to sell her ugly ass
Earrings that they're not allowed to wear, that the Mormons can't wear.
the $130,000, $130 necklace charms that are fucking ugly. Like, yes. And the earrings that are not allowed to wear. Because God thinks it's evil and a sin to wear earrings. I wonder what God would think
Oh
about
my God.
your clit then. Is that like really the devil's work? Like we're talking real fire crotch shit happening? Are we like
Oh, for sure.
bursting into flames there? Like what's happening?
I mean, probably. Yeah.
If one of the brown children pierced their clit, oh, I hope to God one of
They
them.
probably already did.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, for
I
sure,
do
probably.
just statistically.
They all rebelled. I'm sure they all went wild.
Oh
They
yeah,
all went buck wild, probably.
yeah. Someone's got a pierced clit and nipples.
Maybe.
Someone's got pierced nipples. You got probably a couple of those because
Yeah.
there's more nipples statistically in that family than there are clits in that family. So just from a number standpoint.
But I will say, even with all the shit that family has been through and all the years on TV, I mean, most of the kids turned out okay, right?
Yeah, the kids are like
it could have been a lot worse with living in that crazy ass environment with Cody as their dad.
Yeah, and we still don't have a person to give us the primer on all the kids, like consolidating what all the kids have said, but I'm still working on it.
And Gwendolyn was the one that was going off for a while, right, on her TikToks?
Yeah, and a lot of others have started to do it, and then others have started doing random ones here and there, and so that's what I'm talking about, is like there's a lot that's out there. I want to know what all of the kids have said. So that's what I'm trying to find out and get all that together without actually having to go through the TikTok to find it.
I have a good meme in my head.
Oh
man.
Where's
my phone before I forget it?
So yeah. Bitch has the nanny but she could never ask Cody to watch his own children, because God forbid he babysit his own children, because he's that kind of asshole, right? He's talked about that before. Right. And he's even said it in a couple seasons ago. He's talked about how little time he spent with his kids. He doesn't want to spend time with them because he can be making money and it's just not cost effective. All the other nonsense he spews.
Right.
Over and over.
Listen, I get it. Being a parent is freaking
I don't
hard. I still think it's one of the hardest jobs ever. Okay. Yeah.
It's not always fun. It's not fun. It's not at the time.
But you know what? You chose to have that many children.
Yeah.
So it's on you.
No, God chose that. God chose.
Oh, right. Sorry, God chose.
And it's on the women's to watch, to rear them kids.
Duh. Oh my God.
Oh, that reminds me. You have a friend that was in the IBLP.
Yes, I had no idea.
That's the Duggar religion one. When we talked about this, we finished the episode anyway. So we're transitioning to other crazy religions. The Shiny Happy People was about the Duggar religion, and then all the other sort of just side, like not just the Duggars, but like other stuff about what's his name? I forget, Bill Smiley or what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah.
But how, like really damaging it, and we had the Reverend Dr. Rebecca on to talk about a lot of that stuff too. Turns out you have a friend who was in that.
Yeah, her family was. Yeah.
And she was too?
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
She made it sound like she was in it in high school. From her family. Yeah. I mean, and she's
recent then.
She's around my age. I think she might be a little older. Okay. But no, around my age. Let's say she's around my age. And she's an acupuncturist as well.
Okay.
Her own business. She's awesome. And
does she work at the same place you do?
No, she has her own place.
I was gonna say, is she gonna be there on Thursday?
No. But she is something else, and I think she would be a great person to have on the podcast.
Awesome. Done. Set it
Yep.
up. Make it happen.
Yep. She will have a lot to say, I'm sure.
We've also been talking about we've been doing some talking behind the scenes about the Nexium cult, because we have, through Dr. Becca, we know people who have worked, well, she knows people who have worked for them, for the Nexium cult. So we're working on trying to get that too. So we're gonna have lots of crazy cult like stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that does it for this episode of Sister Wives. If you guys like us, please share us with your friends. I know everybody likes Sister Wives, so share us far and wide. Leave us a review, please. That helps us to get around to more people can listen to us. And we will be back soon this week with our Below Deck episodes. We got to get that watched and recorded and all that. And they're changing up the ways and times. Is it Below Deck used to be on Mondays and now it's on Tuesdays?
I had no idea.
Or something. Didn't it used to be on Mondays?
It was on Mondays, yeah.
Okay, but it's on Tuesdays now. So I don't know. Maybe it's because Real Housewives of, say, Salt Lake or whatever. Some maybe scheduling. Anyway, so we've got Sister Wives on Sunday, and that doesn't even start till 10. So we can't even record after, because we are not starting recording at 11 o'clock. Because
Nope,
we're asleep. And then we have now Below Deck on Tuesdays. So we used to record, it used to be on Mondays and we record Mondays and then get it out by Wednesday for Wet Wednesday. Now I don't know what we're going to do, and maybe get it out for Friday. Maybe we can do that and try to do it. Anyway, we're going to try to get it all out to you as soon as we can. That's it. That's all we got. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.